Yeah, just like the title says, learn from my mistakes of actually what happened to me. Not necessarily my mistake, but the mistakes that actually has happened to me, especially the one tonight. Learn from it. I'll tell you all about it coming up. Wonder why I have these on? I have these on because I am doing my customs. Some of my customs, stripping some of my customs. Safety first, always wear gloves when anytime you deal with chemicals and stuff like that. But anyway, I did a stream not too long ago, a Camaro stream. I sent everything out. Everybody's got all their items except for one person. Well, I got a message from somebody tonight that said basically that they got some items that wasn't theirs, and not all the stuff that they got was actually theirs. They did get some of their stuff that was theirs, and I'm like, I have never, ever, ever, out of the thousands of items that I've sold on Whatnot, eBay, and other places, stuff, have never messed up with that. Yes, I've had issues with stuff getting shipped to the wrong places because the postal company, because of USPS and stuff, or them messing packages up, or delayed in transit, or stuff just not getting delivered because I've ran into stuff like that's beyond my control. But this stuff I've never dealt with. So I'm like, okay. The only thing I know to do is to tell this person how I normally do things, and I told him, how I normally do things and stuff and everything. I said, just please, shoot me pictures of everything, and that way I can figure this out, because obviously you got some items. I want to make it right for the other person too, as well. The items that you got that wasn't yours. Plus, that would tell me a lot on what happened, what I did, whatever. So I was like, well, you know what? There wasn't many people that I sold to. One of the items was a hauler that actually had a big enough box that a hauler would fit into. And so I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to private message them, and ask if they got that hauler by mistake. That's something that would stick out. I mean, there's other items too as well that, when I need to worry about. But anyway, come to find out, there was one person that messaged me back and said, yep, I just now got some boxes like yesterday or today or something like that. I just now opened them, and yeah, obviously something went pretty wrong, because all the items that I got is not mine, and one of the ones is that hauler. So I'm like, well, chalk another one up to actually Whatnot, because let me give people a little advice too that chooses their screen names on Whatnot or other places live streaming. What had happened was I had two people in my stream. I'm not going to say all their screen name, but there was pretty much almost exactly the same, and they were Mike whatever, or whatever Mike. They're almost identical. And for whatever reason, Whatnot glitched out and put some of the items in with one of the mics, and then sent the other Mike's stuff, the rest of the stuff that he was supposed to get, only partial of that, to the other mic. So I'm like, great. How in the world am I going to fix this? I mean, how in the world am I want to make it right, even though it's not my fault. I want to make it right. So I contacted both of them, and I said, look, the only way I can think of doing this is to have you package the stuff back up that isn't yours. I know it's a big headache and it's more time, but ship it back to me. Send me a picture of the receipt with the tracking number, so I have the tracking number for the other person. And then once I get both your boxes back, I will actually go ahead and pay for how much it ever costs to ship it back to me. I'll send you something through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or something, or make it right with cars in the future or something. Then I'll also put an extra car in there for you. It's not going to be a cheap car. An extra car in there for you. Ship it back to you. If you would be willing to do that for me, I would be thankful. Well, one of the mics messaged me back almost immediately, and they said, no big deal. They said, I'll do that. They said, I'll be shipping it out. Today's like Friday, and they said they'd be shipping it out Monday or Tuesday or what, which is fine. You know, it's putting them out. You know, it's not their fault. So that, you know, that's fine. LOOSIE said it was shipping it back. So I messaged the other person and told them, okay, he's shipping it back and everything and stuff. I need to know if you're going to do the same. I'm still waiting on him to message me back, but a lot of people aren't on Whatnot all the time. So, you know, people work, you know, everything else or whatever, got other stuff to do. So hopefully he messages me back. We'll do the same. I don't see why he wouldn't, but hopefully he does do that, because again, you know, he shouldn't be upset with me because it wasn't anything that I did. You know, and I tell everybody all the time, you know, don't get upset with the seller when it's out of the seller's hands and actually what happens. Because all of our sellers are basically kind of, you know, enslaved by, you know, technology and the shipping services. So, you know, a lot of that stuff, like I said, is beyond our control. But we, like me, that really care and really feel bad, still want to make stuff right. So hopefully the other mic does that too as well, and I can get this taken care of and everything. It's going to cost me a lot of money and eat into my profits, but it is what it is. I have to take care of it because it's only right. If not, what I'm going to have to do probably is just give, you know, the person that wanted to send the stuff back to me, or willing to send stuff back to me, that I got the stuff back, you know, give them an actual refund, and then figure out what to do with the other stuff. I don't know. But I wanted to give all this information for buyers and sellers. But the most important thing I want everybody to take away from this is, buyers and sellers, when you create an actual username on Whatnot, okay, please try to create a unique name. I know there are a lot of times it's hard to come up with stuff and stuff like that or whatever, but I've seen this happen to other sellers as well, just within the last couple of days, where this has happened with people with the same name, where stuff glitches out and everything with Whatnot and technology, where they'll put the stuff together. I had seen one where there was two people with the same name, and all of it went to one person, and the other person didn't get nothing. So try to pick something that is unique and not the same. Or if you're going to stream and see somebody is bidding, or somebody is just in the stream chatting that's got kind of like the same name as yours, you know, I'd probably be leery on bidding if they're actually bidding in that stream. Or, you know, there's nothing wrong with messaging the seller after the stream and saying, hey, look, just make sure there was two different people with the same name. Just make sure I get my stuff and they get their stuff. It's even happened to me in the past as well. There was, I'm not going to mention them, but there was and they made it right, which is awesome, because we became pretty good. I think we're pretty good friends on Whatnot as far as seller to seller. But there was a mine's TB Hobbies naturally, and the other person's name was T something. I think it was T Dubs or something like that. And what was supposed to go to me actually went to him. So it happens. It happens. So please understand that. And if it does happen, please don't get upset with the seller. Please don't give the seller a bad rating, anything like that or whatever, because more than likely it's something that's glitching out or something along those lines, and it's an honest mistake, even if the seller was to make that type of mistake. You know, give them a chance to make it right, and then give them a review on that aspect of it, on whether they're willing to make it right. You still get your stuff. Did you get anything extra? You know, stuff like that. Like me, I'm willing to give that person a little bit extra, and go from there with everything, both people. But what I'm not willing to do is I'm not willing to, you know, there has been some people in the past, some buyers, not with me, but with other people, that try to take advantage of that and try to say they didn't get what they were supposed to. That's the reason why I asked that person for the pictures and messaged other people and tried to get that proof coming in to know that, okay, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. So anyway, yeah, learn from those mistakes that I made. If it does happen to you, sellers too as well. If you see anybody that's got same names when you're packing your stuff, make sure you triple, quadruple check it to make sure things are right that goes to each person. I always do that, but again, the thing glitched out and said the wrong things is supposed to go to the wrong person. It wasn't just a mistake I made. But anyway, thank you all. We appreciate it. There's a lot of changes coming to TV's Hobbies on Whatnot, YouTube, everywhere else. So just be sure to give us a look-see every once in a while. Even if sometimes you don't get notifications about us uploading or us sharing our streams and stuff like that. Make sure you keep up with what we're doing. And if you've yet to subscribe. Give this video a like, give us a comment, and we hope to see you in the next video or in a Whatnot stream.